Hello everyone, and welcome to my latest Marvel Puzzle Quest video for the newest 4-star release, X-23. Her name is also, actually, let's read this info and see if they say. Yeah. Laura Kinney was born in a lab. The 23rd attempt to create a stable clone from Wolverine's DNA, she was dubbed X-23. After escaping her incarceration, she tracked down Wolverine and enrolled in the Charles Xavier School. She has recently donned her progenitor's blue and yellows and taken on the mantle of the all-new Wolverine. I actually really like the X-23 character. I haven't really read some of her most recent stuff. I saw her in the all-new X-Men, but what I really liked was her arc in the X-Force run that ran a few years back when they were this really violent team and going around killing everybody. And Laura was like kind of reminded me of the old Wolverine. She was just killing mercilessly and really a crazy character. She had claws, spikes coming out of her feet too to kill people and chop their arms off. She was pretty insane. But I guess she's the new Wolverine now that the old Wolverine died. Not Old Man Logan Wolverine, but the other old Wolverine. So anyhow, let's talk about her as a character. So she actually has a decent amount of health, not tiny amount of health like the X-Force Wolverine. So she has 13,934 health, which is not high tier, it's not low tier, it's about middle tier for 4 stars, so it's pretty good. Especially considering her red move, which helps her heal. We'll talk about that later. She is, yet again, another green, red, purple character, which, as I said in my prior video, really limits her teammate abilities. But let's look at her moves now. So her green move, which is her main attack move, is called Holding Back. This is one of those annoying moves that has 2 different skills within it. So the first one costs 8 AP to use. X-23 rips and tears at her foes, but even they can tell she's holding something back. It deals 4,561 damage. When activated, if her team has 9 red AP, replace this power with Berserker Fury for the rest of the game. So this is a bit confusing description. So you have to use this skill once with 9 red AP, and it doesn't become Berserker Fury on that attack. You use it, and then the next attack that becomes Berserker Fury, which is very annoying. Because that means you will need at least 18. You have to first off save up 9 red AP and 8 green AP, and then you have to save up another 8 green AP to use Berserker Fury, which is what this skill becomes. So first off, let's just talk about this skill. So all it does the first time is damage. It's a decent amount of damage, 570 per AP. It's not that great, but it's not horrible, but it's a decent amount for a low AP costs. But the Berserker Fury is really what makes this so much more powerful, and it's just annoying to have to use this skill twice to get it. So let's see it in action so I can show you the description that they have. Okay, so let's just see what it looks like. So the first time, just an attack. And now it says X-23 lets her fury take hold of her. Consumed by rage, she viciously shreds everything in sight. She's boosted in this current match, so it's still doing the same damage as before, but it also creates 2 black strike tiles of strength 239 if she were not boosted. So it's not a crazy amount of damage, but it's still somewhat more useful than without it. So that's pretty much all there is to her green skill. She just adds those strike tiles down. So there you go. So that's pretty much it. So why have her at 5 covers instead of 3 or 4 in green? Because she's doing very little damage with green at 3 and 4 covers. At 3 covers she's doing just under 2,000 damage, and at 4 covers it's around 3,000 damage. So green's pretty much useless without having 5. I guess the question then for a lot of people will be, is it worth having red or purple at 4 or 5? I think it could go either way, really. Some people might want to have 4 in each. Some people might want to have 5 in each. Red basically it's a passive, so giving into her animal instincts allows X-23's healing factor to work at maximum efficiency. I'm not sure how animal instincts makes things work at maximum efficiency. Every time X-23 makes a green, red, or purple match, she heals 652 health. So, 2 things to keep in mind. X-23 has to be the one making the match. So you have to make sure she's tanking all 3 of these colors to get maximum benefit of it. Another reason why you might not want to have this at 5 covers. When she's boosted, that's fine, like in her current PvP event, and it actually is very annoying to fight against. However, in a regular match, it's not going to always go off because she won't be tanking for all these colors, and it's just not useful. You do get more healing, and that's pretty much it. The amount of the difference in healing is going up to 1,500 healing per match at 5 covers. So that's a decent amount of healing. You can, basically have somebody use a 7,000 damage attack against her, and then she could be back to full health in just a few turns if she's left to be the last character. And you definitely wouldn't want to attack her first, because if you attack her first, then she's just going to heal up with match damage as you go anyhow. So there's something to be said for having more in red because it's annoying, but overall I personally lean towards the 3 in red group. But you're not wrong to decide that you want to have 5 in red. It's definitely a very logical choice to make if you think that you want to take advantage of that true healing and not have to use as many health packs. Purple as a skill, tracking prey, I have very negative feelings about it. I'll tell you why, but I still think that it's useless without 5 covers because of the damage differential. But so it's like, do you want a potentially useless skill entirely, or do you have a skill that's sometimes usable and have another skill that's better? I don't know. Anyhow, so this purple, it costs 12 AP if there are no strike tiles out. X-23 tracks her enemy's scent. She creates a purple trap tile that deals 11,399 damage at 5 covers, one match by the enemy team. If X-23's team matches this tile, it deals 7,602 damage and creates a black strike tile of strength 449. Costs 1 AP less for every friendly strike tile on the board. Okay, so this is similar to Daredevil's Ambush, except with a lot more damage, except when your own team matches that tile, it doesn't regenerate like Daredevil's Ambush move. It's a one-shot wonder. The high AP cost is really very negative because it's going to take a while before you can get this off. There's not many 4-stars that create strike tiles. You basically have X-23 herself, who needs a ridiculous amount of AP, 16 green and 9 red before you can create any strike tiles. You have Hulkbuster, who I guess he would be an okay teammate, but again, you need to have a lot of black AP, and it's just very tricky getting advantage of this conditional cost of the skill. However, the damage is insane. Something that's really funny about this skill is in her current PvP, Doom is boosted. And what does Doom do? He puts down trap tiles every single turn on purple tiles. So while I was playing as X-23 one time, I spent my 12 purple AP thinking I'm finally going to get to use this skill, and then Doom, for free, destroyed that trap tile immediately. So I thought that was pretty funny that a 3-star, without even making a move, was able to completely nullify the most damaging attack of a 4-star character. Anyhow, that's just a funny anecdote, but the skill is very strong if it goes off. I mean, there's nothing else that's single target damage like that. Uh, the thing is, it might never go off. So I have very negative feelings about this skill, but at the same time, I feel like it's a useless skill if it's not at 5 covers. The reasoning for that is that at 3 covers, it's only doing just under 5,000 damage, and it would never be worth using purple for under 5,000 damage. Never. Um, and at 4 covers, it's doing 7,000 damage. Somewhat reasonable, but still not great. So overall, I think the skill is useless if it's not at 5 covers, but then you're having to lower red. I don't know. I think that it can go either way. I think that for those few times that purple does work, you'll end up getting these defensive victories because of it more often than because of red. But again, I don't know. I have very mixed feelings myself. It's just an annoying skill to have to use. I'll show you it in action. I'll tear her up with Dakin so that you can actually see it in under 10 minutes because of how much AP it takes otherwise. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Tracking the prey. She puts her hand on the ground, feels where they are, and then when it goes off, when you match it yourself, these guys obviously can't match it. That's pretty much it. She gets a not such a strong, well, I guess she gets a pretty strong strike tile. So overall, it's not that impressive of a move, but it's not horrible. It's just I don't see myself ever actually using that much in a real match. So anyhow, that's pretty much all there is to say about X-23 herself. As far as teammates, ironically, she's pretty much going to be having the same teammates as Red Hulk would have due to the same color situation with the purple and the green and the red passive. Cyclops, Hulkbuster, and Kingpin. Although with Kingpin, I had said that you might want to have 5 in black and 5 in yellow. I could definitely see you wanting to have that 5 in purple for a Kingpin, since his purple is more useful than X-23's purple. But if you want to get maximum color coverage, you should still probably keep that 5 in black and 5 in yellow for a Kingpin. But same teammates, 4-star Cyclops, 4-star Hulkbuster, 4-star Kingpin. That's pretty much the best teammates to use her with. I could maybe see using Star-Lord if you wanted to be able to use her green quicker by using his yellow, but probably not, because Star-Lord is just so awful. So anyhow, that's pretty much all there is to say about X-23. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos.